Hey guys, we are back with another crazy reaction channel. Now, I promise you, this is not a K-pop channel, but I saw this title and I had to react to it. This was posted a year ago. I don't know when this happened. We're gonna find out. But it basically says female idol stabbed 61 times because she refused to date her stalker. Now, if you know the culture over there, the idol culture in Korea, not just in Korea, in Asia, crazy. But let's get into the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video.
Mayu Tomita getting attacked by a psychotic fan and suffering dozens of wounds is one of the most extreme cases involving Sawsang fans. Unfortunately, the police did absolutely nothing, leaving Mayu fearing for her life. At the time
What else is new?
of the attack, Mayu Tomita was just 20 years old and she was already known in the entertainment industry. She was mainly known for her vibrant personality and her talent. Her first time on screen as an actress was in 2011 in a web drama called Secret Girls, and she also became a member of the girl group of the same name. They appeared at various music events and were always warmly welcomed by the public. Mayu then started slowly building a loyal following. While doing all of her singer and actress activities, Mayu was also a third-year student at Asia University where she was majoring in business, so she already had a lot on her plate, but her life was about to become much more difficult. It was May 21st, 2016, and Mayu was waiting to perform at a concert venue in Kogane, Tokyo. Mayu didn't get to step on the stage and perform that night because she was soon attacked by a man called Tomohiro Iwazaki. Tomohiro was 7 or 6 years older than Mayu, born in 1988 or 1989. He became a huge fan of Mayu after he saw some of her shows and fell for her charming personality. It seems like he fell too hard because it didn't take long for his admiration to turn into an obsession. Tomohiro had a tendency to become infatuated with celebrities, as he was once in love with model Ai Hashimoto, but lost interest in her after she publicly revealed that she regularly watched Japanese AVs. Tomohiro then went to his blog where he declared that women who watch or appear in such movies should end their lives. This comes off as very ironic considering Tomohiro appeared in an AV himself. Tomohiro was described as unskilled in expressing his emotions by his older brother, who added that he still had that gentle, childlike nature. According to his brother, Tomohiro didn't have a lot of friends that he would know of. As the obsessed fan that he was, Tomohiro spent most of his time declaring his love to Mayu, sending her gifts, and bombarding her with messages on social media. Before the attack took place, this was exactly what Mayu complained about to the police. Mayu reported that she had received around 140 messages from Tomohiro, including ones that threatened her life after she rejected his marriage proposal and decided to return the gifts that he sent her. Other sources say that the number of messages Mayu received from Tomohiro is even bigger, and that it was actually over 400. Even though Mayu blocked Tomohiro on Twitter, she still didn't feel safe enough, so she decided to report the incident to the police. That was 12 days before the attack. Mayu contacted the police station near her home in Musashino, Tokyo, fearing for her safety, but the police dismissed the case as they believe that hateful social media messages doesn't count as an immediate threat. Additionally, the anti-stalking laws in Japan didn't include harassment on social media at the time of Mayu's attack. The whole thing could have been easily prevented if the police did the right thing. It's truly baffling that the police didn't think the situation was serious, considering how vulgar and hateful Tomohiro's messages to Mayu were. Tomohiro decided to confront Mayu in person about the returned gifts. He waited for her by the venue where Mayu was scheduled to perform later that evening. Tomohiro asked her why she didn't accept the gifts that he gave her, but Mayu didn't give him a clear explanation. This drove Tomohiro over the edge and he completely lost control. When Mayu turned around, he pulled out a knife and stabbed her 61 times from behind, mainly in the chest and neck area. Eyewitnesses called the police and ambulance after they heard Mayu screaming for help. She was rushed to the hospital and Tomohiro was arrested at the scene. When Tomohiro was in police custody,
Alright, sorry to, I'm gonna let it play.
he told them that he intended to get rid of Mayu and that the whole attack was premeditated. It was also revealed that when Mayu called the police before the attack, the emergency dispatcher sent the police officers to her home instead of sending them to her by tracing the location of her cell phone. While Tomohiro was being interrogated at the police station, Mayu was at the hospital in critical condition. Miraculously, Mayu didn't sustain any damage to her vital organs, but the injuries were so severe that she was in a coma for 2 weeks. The majority of her wounds were on Mayu's face, neck, back, and arms. Her left eye was injured as well, and she became partially blinded. For a long time, she couldn't use her fingers and was dependent on the help of others. Mayu regained consciousness in June of 2016, and even though her physical condition was slowly getting better, she was suffering mentally and still is to this day. After she was released from the hospital in September of 2016, Mayu's whole life was affected by post-traumatic stress disorder. In December of 2016, Mayu issued an indictment against the police who dismissed her consent concerns. Mayu accused the police of being unable to comprehend just how scared she was for her physical safety.
All right, before she continues, right, where was her security, first of all? Because I was able to just get that close to her to ask her a question like that without no security being there. So that's the first question. And second of all, the problem with these calls and these stalker stories, and it's always the same story with the police in a lot of countries, right? It's not just Japan. In so many different countries, it's like someone can make a call. Normally a female will be making a call about a male stalking them, and the police just don't do anything because they can't do anything. Like, there needs to be a law there, and especially when there's threatening texts, when they're calling, when they're showing signs of not being right up there, you have to do something. I feel like there has to be a law that should allow the police to act before something's gone wrong, because it's always, oh, we have to wait till something happens. And look what happened. She got stabbed 61 times. The law needs to be updated somehow, because I mean, look, this is an extreme case, but still, like, you hear other stories. But yeah, first of all, where was the security? And the law needs to be updated, definitely, because that's insane.
Mayu said, I explained every detail about the danger I felt at that time, and also told the police officers about my worries and fear that I could be hurt. The 3 police officers Mayu spoke to prior to her attack allegedly had no recollection of Mayu mentioning her fear of possibly being attacked. Instead, they thought that Mayu only wanted them to somehow stop Tomohiro from harassing her online, and felt like the Twitter messages couldn't count as an immediate threat. Through her lawyer, Mayu said, going even beyond anger, I only feel sadness. My attempt to plead my case in the most desperate way possible didn't get through. Although the police did end up apologizing at the end.
Quick question. How much does poor communication at work waste time, add stress, and cost your team every year?
Their apology can't take away Mayu's pain and trauma. The police said, it was a case in which the police should have judged it necessary to swiftly ensure her safety. On February 28th of 2017, Tomohiro was sentenced to 14 years and 6 months in prison. Before his sentencing, Tomohiro expressed deep regret over his actions. He said, I'm really sorry for having caused great trouble to Miss Tomita and her family. I swear in this court that I will never go near Miss Tomita again.
Yeah.
Public prosecutors wanted the sentence to be 17 years, claiming that he was relentless and brutal. On the other hand, Tomohiro's lawyers argued that the attack wasn't premeditated, but that it was a sudden spur-of-the-moment attack. When Mayu's injuries were being...
How does that even make sense when he's been texting her online? Like, there's no way that defense would even help. He's been texting her like, whatever.
Being described in court, a lay judge actually fainted hearing the great pain that Mayu suffered. Mayu made her first public appearance since the attack when she went to testify in court. Her testimony said, I want him to return the life that I was supposed to live. I want him to return my body without scars. She continued, he is the kind of person who develops some feelings for someone without asking if they feel the same way, and tries to hurt the person if things do not go according to his will. During her testimony, Mayu was hidden behind a partition that separated her from Tomohiro, who was later removed from the court because of inappropriate remarks that he made towards Mayu. In her testimony, Mayu touched on her suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. She shared, when I was in the hospital, I would get scared looking at a pair of scissors which were kept for treatment, thinking I could be hurt with them. I could not help myself thinking people coming to visit me were there to hurt me. Such feelings continue even after I got discharged. What happened to Mayu led to a good change, because soon after, Japan decided to tighten their anti-stalking laws and included threatening text messages and online comments as a form of stalking. At that time, stalking was a growing problem in Japan. In 2011, it was reported that the police received around 14,600 reports about stalking, but only made 351 arrests. In 2017, the number almost doubled as the number of reports climbed to 23,079 and the number of arrests rose to 926. There seems to be a bigger problem though, and many people point to the issues with gender inequality in Japan. In 2018, Japan ranked 110th out of 149 countries, being one of the lowest ranked countries in the East Asia and Pacific region. Somehow it got even worse over the years. In 2021, Japan ranked 120th, and in 2022, the country ranked 116th. Following Mayu's attack, more Japanese idols decided to speak out on their experiences with stalking, hoping to raise awareness. Earlier in 2019, Maho Yamaguchi, a former member of the Japanese idol group NGT48, revealed that she was harassed by 2 male fans in December of 2018 after her address was leaked online. The 2 men were arrested, but later they were released. In 2014, an obsessive fan attacked 2 members of the group AKB48 with an actual saw. It's not only idols that experience stalking, of course, but it's important for someone powerful to share their experiences so the quote-unquote ordinary people with the same experiences can feel empowered to come forward and share their stories. A cultural studies expert, Cookie Chu, said this about Yamaguchi's decision to talk about her attack. If someone powerful has a hard time coming out, the average woman in Japan thinks, what chance do I have? But idols are very relatable. This incident could help other young women to think, if she came out, then I can come out too. In 2019, Mayu decided to seek compensation from the Tokyo Metropolitan Government worth around $954,000, as well as from her attacker and her previous management agency, which, according to Mayu, didn't do enough to protect her. The lawsuit is currently ongoing, and it isn't known if Mayu is ever going to return back to the industry. What do you think about the tragic Sasang case? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys!
Yeah, guys, just before I go, just to finish off the video, yeah, again, she should definitely sue them, sue her old company. Again, where was the security? No one was protecting her. This stuff should not even happen. I can't get my words out. This stuff should not even happen. You should have had security with her. You shouldn't have been able to get anywhere near her, right? But again, this is the whole culture everyone's talking about in Asia that needs to be changed with these crazy fans. I know you get stalker stories everywhere, but when it comes to Asia, it just seems like it's more pushed as a thing of having this parasocial relationships with the idols, and people actually form relationships in their head. And then you have to look at the other side of that, of people that are these people that are staying inside, stuck on the internet, and are just falling in love with people online because they have nothing else to do. They just I don't know, what's the Japanese term, the hikikomori, or I can't remember the name of it, but basically people that stay inside. Yeah, they need to get out. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. For more reaction videos like this, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and peace. I am out.